jail adventure over the weekend. Today again is the 11th of November 2018. All right, so it comes down to what was Saturday. Spent the day Saturday, which was fruitful because I got a lot of information from him. And then in the middle of the afternoon, a man came in whose name is Corey. Let me get his name. Here. Okay. And we stopped. The reason we stopped at the Country Inn on the way is to find Tracy Edmonds, to find out she's not working today. That's his girlfriend. So I left my number for her to call. Tracy Edmonds, who works at Country Inn. That's his girlfriend. So he got, here's the story here. Right. This was his story about getting stopped by the police. He was on parole, and Corey Ramsey. Now, Corey Ramsey drives a bulldozer for out Jackson Lake project. So he sent me this whole thing, and he needs an attorney. So I will take this afternoon. We'll email this to Matt and get him this client. So anyway, interesting guy, and probably helpful in the mid-range because he has connections to all over the construction world. All right. So then the place empties out because at 3 o'clock yesterday they moved everybody up to a pod except for 4 of us. So there were only 4 of us from 3 o'clock on to about 10 o'clock last night when it started filling up again with the Saturday night drunks that got hauled in. And so in my cell came 2 guys, one Mexican guy, and I was telling John Napier the story about the Mexican guy who came in, and he was drunk, and so he was too drunk to put his mat up on the bunk. So he laid him on the floor, and then he was still drunk, and so he's rolling around, and he's got this worn-out blanket. And so he's cussing in Spanish, I knew that much. And but it went quiet. Finally he settled down and got quiet. And then out of nowhere, he sort of rolled over and said, "Oy vey," which made me laugh. I thought that was just funny. All right, so then later in the night, a guy is brought in about 11, and he's a big, tall guy, and he's all drunk, and so he had way too much vodka, and he said, "Oh, Sarah, Miss Sarah, oh God." So anyway, he flounders around and trying to climb up onto the top bunk and keeps jumping off the top onto the concrete. Just madness. And then he banged his leg into the bed, and he limped around, and he was a mess. So finally he lands, and so I just said that's it. So dinner last night was quite good, actually. They had potatoes and ham and something, and the best frozen pears I've ever had from anywhere. Amazing. So then the night before, the 2 guys that left gave me their blankets, which was the great rescue because it was so damn cold in there. But I had 3 blankets, and so that saved me right there. I was quite comfortable with 3 blankets. So I got to sleep generally through last night. Well, that wasn't bad. Got up this morning and made friends with the guard who was there yesterday afternoon. Nice gentleman. We chatted quite a bit. So then this morning, I said I'm not going to breakfast because it was at like 5:30. And so then I just waited, and at 7:30 he said, "Oh, Mr. Bolt." He came and said, "Oh, Mr. Bolt, good morning. Why don't you get your blanket and your mat?" And so I said, "Okay." So I got up, and within 10 minutes he had me out the door. So I actually got out an hour early. He arranged that, and so that was terrific. So rather than the last 2 times when it was 11 o'clock before I got out there, This morning I was actually at 5 after 8. I was back up in booking, and by 8:20 I was out. And then my cameraman here showed up in about 10 minutes after that, and we motored over to Taco Bell for breakfast, which was great. Here to McDonald's, and the coffee's good. And our friend here gave us, I don't know, what do you call this?
Frappe.
Frappe, okay. And she's the woman who was being pursued by one of my parolees last year. There's a whole story there. But she works. I have a wonderful picture of her in a Santa Claus outfit at the drive-thru. So dig that up. I got to print that out and give it to her. All right. So from here, so in a moment, JD's going to pan around and show the outside, show the snow, and just pan around the new McDonald's. The first time the lobby's been open in about 6 weeks. So we're here. I rather like this position right here. Got the nice view. It's comfortable. Those chairs are horrible, but this is fine. So that's the close encounter with Will County Jail, and now we'll do just a quick pan around, and then we're on the road to Art's house. Pan slowly. Always pan slowly. There you go. Nice. And there's the weather.